everything from improving or completely changing the interview process to make it better to being more equitable for everyone involved, whether it's related to disabilities, mental health, ethnicity, background. Um, as a group, we can come together and set common goals that benefit all of us. We can say, yeah, we think this interview process is horrible. We don't want anyone to go through it anymore. We're going to come up with some better solutions for it. And just being able to have the power and the voice and the ability to have input on that, I think would be huge for the industry, for improving the industry, for improving everyone's lives who, works within the industry. So I could go on and on about reasons why I think it would be beneficial. And, if you guys want me to talk more about that, definitely let me know. But I also want to get into what I really mean by unionizing, because I've been talking about it a lot, but not defining it. And I certainly don't define it exactly the way that maybe everyone does. Um, so I think there's a lot of ideas on what a union is or what a union can be. But to me, I'm not interested in creating another boss. So I've seen a lot of unions where you trade one boss for another boss, the union boss. And that's not something that I'm interested in. So when I talk about a union, I'm talking about a workers' union, a union where we as the workers have the power within the union. We're not just paying dues to some other union boss who makes the decisions for us. We are creating an environment where we make the decisions. Like, for example, one option could be maybe you still have a management layer, but management is voted on by the workers. Your manager is not just you know, sort of handpicked by the people at the top. Your manager is someone that you elect as the workers. Um, and or maybe you even decide you don't need managers. You find some other way to work, some other way to get things done, some other way to organize. But the important part is that we as the workers have the power and the voice. And nobody else has that voice or that power over us. We become, as a group, equal within this equation. Our boss is no longer over us per se, but more like working with us as an equal. And I think that, I guess this is really what I mean by a union. There are absolutely unions that don't work this way, where you just have the union boss and you pay your dues, and those are often still better than not having a union at all. But I find that you really lose a lot of the potential benefits. Now you're just working within the constraints of the union that you also feel like you don't have power within. And to me, the whole goal is about equalizing the power structure, not just moving the power to some other boss. Our goal isn't to replace one bureaucratic structure with another. It's to replace a power imbalance with more balance, um, and not paperwork and union dues. So, getting pretty intense there. The weather decided to let me know to cool it off, take a break here. It started raining on me. Guess one of the other joys of recording outside. But hey, makes for a nice adventure, right? Um, so, so yeah. Getting back to what I mean by unions and where I think we could go as an industry. I think what I would be looking for is a workers' union, one where we have equal power to each other and to our bosses. And I also think a big part of this, a big advantage, could be joining a general purpose workers' union. So you can have unions where you're segregated by the type of work you do. So, you drive semi trucks and you could have a semi truck union. I think the most powerful unions historically have been general purpose unions. So, essentially one workers union for all workers, not just software workers. This gives you even more chance of equalizing the power imbalance. The truth is, if you are creating a union that is specific to one type of work, you're essentially limiting your power, and your bosses might still come out with more power in the situation just because you have less members. If everyone that works is a part of your union, if all workers are part of it, then you have a much, much better chance of having your demands met and creating a healthy, happy work environment.